This is me, pulling up to Walmart on a Sunday morning to get some milk and dog food for Zufri, my 3-year-old German Shepherd. I walk in, go directly to the back of the store for the milk, and then pass by the pet foods aisle to grab dog food. As I was on my way out, something stupid starts to happen. Something I hate but keeps happening whenever I come into a grocery store. I start wandering around the store with absolutely no clear intentions. From one aisle to the other, I keep putting stuff in my cart that I don't even need. I walked in to get 2 items, but somehow ended up with 13. But it seems like I'm not the only one who does this. It turns out grocery stores are perfectly designed to ensure that this keeps happening to millions of visitors every single day. They use every trick in the book to make us buy things we never intended on buying. We modeled the entire thing to show you the evil design of grocery stores.
You've done it 100 times. You stop at the grocery store on your way home for one thing: a gallon of milk. You walk through the automatic sliding doors, and your destination is clear. But as you look around, you realize that the dairy case isn't near the entrance. It isn't even in the middle. It is tucked away in the farthest, most unreachable corner of the building. To get to that $4 gallon of milk, you have to run a gauntlet. You pass the aromatic bakery, the colorful produce displays, the end caps piled high with discounted chips, and 3 aisles of tempting seasonal candy. By the time you reach the milk, your basket is no longer empty. You've picked up a baguette, a bag of avocados, and a limited edition snack you didn't know existed 10 minutes ago. This isn't a coincidence. It isn't a mistake of architecture or a quirk of plumbing. It is a calculated, scientifically engineered tactic known in the industry as the decompression zone and destination placement. Here is the 1,200-word deep dive into why grocery stores hide milk at the back and the psychological warfare used to empty your wallet.
Ever wondered why milk and bread are always way at the back of the store? This tactic is designed to increase the likelihood of impulse purchases along the way. Since milk is a staple item, putting it at the back ensures that shoppers will pass by various other products, which means more impulse buys.
The destination item strategy. In the world of retail analytics, milk is what is known as a destination item. Along with eggs, bread, and meat, milk is a product that over 70% of shoppers intend to buy before they even park their cars. Retailers know that if they put the milk at the front, you would walk in, grab it, pay, and leave in under 2 minutes. This is a nightmare for a grocery store's profit margins. The goal of a supermarket is to increase your dwell time. The longer you stay in the store, the more unplanned purchases you make. The shock factor. By placing the most essential, high-frequency item at the back, the store forces you to traverse the maximum possible square footage of the floor. They are essentially using the milk as a tether, pulling you through a maze of high-margin items. Statistically, for every extra minute you spend in a grocery store, you spend an average of $2 additional. 2. The sensory trap, the perimeter run. The walk to the milk isn't just long, it's a sensory assault. Have you noticed that the bakery is almost always near the front entrance? This is intentional. The smell of fresh bread and cookies triggers the release of dopamine and stimulates hunger. When you are hungry, you are a high-risk shopper. You are more likely to make impulsive decisions based on cravings rather than logic. As you walk toward the back, you are forced to pass through the produce section. The bright, misted vegetables and the smell of citrus create a halo effect, making the entire store feel fresh and healthy, lowering your psychological guard for the processed aisles to come. 3. The logistics of the cold chain. While psychology is the primary driver, there is a technical reason for the back corner placement: the loading dock. Milk is heavy, highly perishable, and arrives in massive quantities daily. To keep costs low and efficiency high, the refrigerated trucks pull up to loading docks at the very back of the building. The giant industrial walk-in coolers are located directly behind the dairy shelves. The reality check. If the milk were at the front of the store, employees would have to wheel heavy, leaking pallets of milk across the entire sales floor multiple times a day. This would block aisles, create slip hazards, and cause the milk to warm up, shortening its shelf life. By keeping the milk at the back, the store minimizes the break in the cold chain. The milk goes straight from the truck into the cooler, and from the cooler directly onto the shelf through rear loading doors. 4. The right-hand rule, invariant right. Next time you enter a store, pay attention to which way you turn. In North America and many Western countries, the vast majority of shoppers instinctively turn right upon entering. Retailers call this the invariant right. Stores are designed to flow in a counterclockwise direction. By placing the milk in the back left corner relative to a right-hand turn, they ensure that you complete a full circuit of the store's perimeter before you reach the end of your mission. You are being herded like cattle through a track designed to expose you to as many products as possible. B. Eye level is by level. Once you finally reach the milk, the manipulation doesn't stop. Take a look at the shelves. The most expensive brands, the organic, grass-fed, or ultra-filtered milks, are placed exactly at eye level for the average adult. The store brand gallon, which has the thinnest profit margin for the retailer, is usually on the bottom shelf, requiring you to bend down. The kid factor, sugary chocolate milks and yogurts with cartoon characters are placed on the lower shelves, not because they are low value, but because they are at the eye level of a child sitting in a shopping cart. 6. The misdirection of aisle layout. Supermarkets often place complementary items far apart to force more walking. You might find the cereal in aisle 4, but the milk is in the back corner. To have breakfast, you have to cross the entire store. Furthermore, stores frequently reset their layouts every few years. Just as you've memorized where the eggs and milk are, they move them. This isn't because the new layout is more efficient. It's because you were moving through the store too fast. By breaking your muscle memory, the store forces you to look at the shelves again, increasing the chance of an impulse buy. 7. The checkout gauntlet. Even after you've successfully navigated to the back, grabbed your milk, and resisted the bakery, you face the final hurdle, the checkout line. This is the impulse zone. Small, high-margin items like gum, batteries, and cold sodas are packed into a narrow space where you are forced to stand still for several minutes. The shock factor. This is where decision fatigue sets in. You've spent the last 20 minutes making hundreds of tiny choices. Your brain is tired. When you see a candy bar at the register, your willpower is at its lowest. The store has worn you down by making you walk the length of a football field just for a gallon of dairy. 8. Beating the system. Understanding the milk trap is the first step toward reclaiming your budget. The grocery store is a finely tuned machine designed to separate you from your money, and milk is the fuel that keeps that machine running. Ultimately, your healthy choice is more than just a convenience. It is a complex intersection of industrial chemistry and logistical risk that we often ignore in favor of a quick bite. By staying vigilant about how your food is packaged and processed, you can reclaim control over your health without sacrificing the joy of a simple meal. This shift in perspective allows you to see through the clever marketing and choose foods that truly nourish your body from the inside out.